everybody, and welcome to one of the best shows to drop on Tuesdays. It is the one and only Our Favorites. And we are working our way through the Marvel series today. We did Phase 1. We did Phase 2. So you know what's coming next? Phase 4. No, or wrong. It's 3. I don't know how to count.
I'm very confused about how you did that with your fingers.
This?
Oh my god, did you do the old classic thing where you do
not like that? No, I did because 2 + 1 is 3.
2 + 1 is 3, which is why we're doing Phase 3.
Yeah, ooh, the longest one.
That
it's
is
like
not
twice
why
as
we're
long
doing
as the
Phase
other
3, everyone.
Is it really the
There's way
one?
more in 3 than the first 2.
Because I know I was about to say, and I could have been like, I was shooting from the hip, so it could be entirely wrong. But I feel like Phase 3 is, I feel like the most diverse phase.
Yes, because they realize, hey, we're making the same thing over and over and over again.
Exactly.
Now let's make the same thing over and over and over again, but add a little bit of pizzazz.
A little bit of pizzazz, a little bit of spice. We're going to spice things up, and
we'll let you do what you want for a little bit, and then we got to reel it back and remember this is a Marvel movie.
Yeah, don't forget, we got to tie it all in together.
We have a universe to build.
But I will say, though, as they tie everything together and they have their similar notes, I do think that they are at least expanding a little bit more, which is obviously they had to. But anyway, who's going first this week? Usually we discuss.
Yeah, usually we did. You should just start.
Jump right into it. Should I just start?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. My favorite Phase 3 MCU movie is Thor Ragnarok, baby!
He picked a good one this time.
Yes.
Are you telling me my picks weren't good last time?
I'm telling you the Winter Soldier's not great.
Oh, yeah, I disagree. But this isn't about Winter Soldier, is it? This is about Taika Waititi's first movie in the MCU. And I love that man. I love his sense of humor.
Just want to pinch his little cheek
on his face. He just makes me so happy.
Actually.
And I have to do it. I have to tell this story because I know Jared is thinking it as soon as I said Ragnarok. So, at our old place of business, which they shall not be named, we saw this movie together. It was me, Jared, and
a bunch of other people.
A bunch of other people, yes. And this was my first time seeing it, and you know this movie is funny. And in case you couldn't tell, I have a high-pitched laugh. And and Jared, that kind soul, sat right next to me during the entire movie. And he says he went deaf out of his left ear or right ear.
He tells me he made his ears bleed.
Yeah.
Well, the guy on the other side of me was also very loud. Not as high pitched, but very boisterous. So I'm hearing at the same time.
How's that?
I felt like
how's that stereo track going?
Yeah. It was hearing laughter in stereo.
It's like I felt like I was getting my ears boxed. like I'm some piano player kid in like the 1700s missing a note and getting my ears boxed. like that's something that terrible. It was like, oh my gosh!
It just enhanced your viewing experience, though. It was
like staring down one of those like echoey hallways where there's only one door at each end. Like that's oh my gosh! I couldn't hear the movie because it was every 5 seconds they're laughing at something.
But yeah.
What about the movie?
I know. I just had to mention that, but no, it's just a testament to how funny it was, and how the thing that I think Taika Waititi does best in his movies is that he pairs really, really funny stuff with really emotional and really dark stuff, and that's what makes it play so well. Because you have him losing his entire homeland, like Thor's planet just went up and they blew it up. And like they save the people because it's not a place, it's a people. That's the famous line from it. And so I thought him losing his home is such a massive loss that when they paired it with that comedy, that's what sets it over the edge to me. And just everything with Korg, everything with the Grand Master, even Loki was in this, and Loki always kills it. Like it's just fun to see him in Thor banter, like when they said they're gonna do the old trick. Oh great, we're gonna do the old trick. He throws him, oh man, down. Like everything from that stands out why this is my favorite, is because it's able to do those comedy notes and those dark notes.
How many of his movies have you seen?
Almost all of them.
Almost all of them.
Yeah. I see. Yeah, because it's Ragnarok, What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, that's a good one.
Well, the Germany one. Jojo Rabbit.
There you go. That's 3.
I've seen some of his shows. I've seen his newest show, Our Flag Means Death. Fantastic. The ones that another one I haven't seen was Hunt for the Wilder People.
That's a good one. You haven't seen Boy?
And Boy, I think those.
Boy's good. You haven't seen Eagle versus Shark?
Well,
that's his first one.
Old
it's
one.
his first one. It's the first movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one either. But
I feel like I'm missing one.
I'm positive I'm missing one. I can't remember it. But yeah, I think that everything this man and because this is what I also think is really interesting is the fact that Thor was such a serious character in the first 2 movies. It felt like I was just gonna get like. Don't get me wrong. I'm all here for people acting Norse and like talking real. What's the word I'm looking for? Like stoic. Like he was like talking stoically.
Oh, just like we said in the last episode. Have care how you speak. That's 2 episodes ago. How you speak.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like that's good. Like it worked for the first movie, but I think it actually came out that Hemsworth was getting kind of tired of doing that, and he was going to want out of his contract until Taika Waititi came in and let him be a little funnier. Because Chris Hemsworth is a great comedic actor. He is.
I don't know.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Because I was like, he is hilarious. I have like in the 2016 Ghostbusters, there are very few redeemable things about that movie, but he was funny in it. So I genuinely think he is way better as a comedic actor than he is a serious actor, which is why I'm glad they took Thor in that new way. And looking ahead to Thor 4, they're going to keep going even further with that doofy look when they said, "Look at the people you care about," and he just peeks his head into the frame and goes, "Yee!" So yeah, that's
he does his Thor yell in every MCU movies, and he goes,
"Bring me
like he'll get he does it there, but then like in the first Avengers when Loki stabs him during their rooftop fight, he goes, and it's never brought up again. He got stabbed. It's just funny.
You can't kill a god. You can't stab a god.
I mean, he did.
Well, yeah, he did.
You mean you can't stab? He got his eye cut out in your movie.
Okay, that's
the thing. You talk. He loses his home, but he also loses his hammer and his eye.
He does,
and then he gets them both back.
He does get them. Well, he doesn't
get his eye back.
Well, he basically does.
He doesn't even get his eye back.
He gets a brown eye back.
Somebody else's. So is he now a brown?
I'm surprised I didn't give him pink eye.
He's my brown-eyed boy. Da, 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 da. No.
That's the wrong melody, man.
And you gotta sing it more like Van Morrison. Here we go. He's probably drunk when he recorded that. That's just what it sounds like to me. I like Van Morrison's music.
Music is one song that he made by himself.
Yes.
But speaking of music, other than School of Rock, don't mouth things that I can't say.
I'm not mouthing things. I am mouthing you. I'm not mouthing you.
I know you're mouthing him. That's it.
Can you read lips? You know. Okay, keep going.
What are you gonna say?
No, just keep going.
Other than
this Powerade is delicious.
I'm sure it is. Other than School of Rock, this is the greatest use for the immigrant song.
Yes. Okay, that's fair.
In any cinematic movie
He's
ever.
gonna talk about immigrant song.
Like, are you telling me that scene just doesn't get your blood boiling? Where you see them coming down, it's like boom, 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 boom. Like,
wow.
it just
How do it again?
Boom, 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 boom.
You mean they use it better than Shrek the Third?
Yeah. Yes.
You mean just where she's singing with the birds, then
she's like,
sorry, everyone.
You think it's a good raspy?
You okay over there, Jake? Probably didn't expect that. I sounded like a dying bird. I sounded like a crow. Like a crow got hit by a semi.
Oh my god. But yeah, you guys have anything you want to mention about?
I will say everything on the one funny planet is really fun, but once they go back to Asgard, it just becomes another Marvel. It's not bad, it's just, and you get the cool moments, but it is one of those things you can clearly see where, yeah, Feige and co. have to insert, like, yep, gotta make this an MCU movie still.
We gotta tie it back in there.
So hopefully the fourth one's a little looser and let Taika do what he wants.
The first time I watched it, I think because it's so jarring from the other two, I didn't care for it entirely.
Really?
The second time I watched it, I loved it. Again, I think it was just because of the jar, but the play he watches
with Matt Damon,
yeah,
Damon
and Sam Neill's in it too.
Yeah, Sam Neill. Who was the other? Who played Loki?
It wasn't it?
I thought Matt Damon played Loki.
Matt Damon was Loki. One of the other Hemsworths.
That's what it was. It was
Thor, and then Sam Neill was Odin.
That was so good.
That was probably one of my favorite parts. It was super awkward, but it was.
It just makes me want to rewatch it because it
was the second time you watched it with me, because that was the last time I watched it was with you.
No, the time I watched it with you, I think, was my third time.
Okay.
Nice. Well, on that note, Jake, what is your favorite movie of the series?
Mine is a shocker, guys. Oh, you're never gonna see this coming. My favorite Phase 3 Marvel, Infinity War.
What?
God. Is that a Marvel movie?
I don't know. It doesn't say Marvel's Infinity War in front of it, does it?
That is true.
It does not.
Okay. So no one's going to sit here and deny that it is one of the best, if not the best, Marvel movie that has been made.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think, other than being incredibly well paced, incredibly well balanced for how much it had to juggle, a culture shockwave sent through.
I remember all the memes.
The world.
People. He means people like yelling in the theater, like no.
That too, but
but like
I was thinking of all the sand memes.
Well, I'm getting to that.
Okay.
I think that this movie did a wonderful job of us all knowing what was going to happen and still making it just a punch to the gut. Like, because I'm familiar with the storyline from the comics. I've read those ones. I knew what was gonna happen, but when it happened, I was like, I remember thinking in the theater, okay, they're either gonna only make this one movie and they're actually gonna beat him, or something's gonna happen here, but it's got to wrap up because we're going on like 2 hours and 15 minutes here.
Movie, yeah.
And it's like, okay. Oh man. Oh man, that hurts.
I don't feel so good.
Like, and I remember just that like at the end, just being like, I don't know what to say. My absolute favorite, I think it was Honest Trailers that did this. Everybody was, the people that don't know movies, maybe don't know superheroes that much, but are into this because it's Marvel. We're all like, oh, what are they gonna do? How are they gonna bring it back? They're all dead. And then I honestly think it was Honest Trailers that they went through that part and put like their total box office or the franchise's total value. Like, say goodbye to this $1 billion. Say goodbye to this $5 million. And like, it was.
They're coming back.
Coming back. I have watched that movie probably 3 times now, and it gets better every time. It's fast. It's witty without being quippy. Again, it's well balanced with all the best parts of Marvel, like Tony Stark, Doctor Strange.
The thing that I think is interesting about it, if the movie felt like it was like the main character was Thanos.
Yeah, main character is Thanos.
Yeah. Like that was wild to see that kind of switch up, and like I just wasn't that expecting.
And he's a great villain.
Oh, he's so good.
Except it started the trope of every villain being a sympathetic villain. I
don't know if it started it, but that's certainly the cherry on top.
Was it Breaking Bad that started it?
It's just the era.
Actually,
because a lot of people go back to like Tony Soprano. Terrible person.
That's a good point.
I think
about
Sopranos kind of ushered in this golden, or at least second golden age of television, as people say, because we've have something that's super popular and prestigious with awards and critics, but we have this garbage main character and we're rooting for him in our own ways. Not everyone. I've never seen The Sopranos, but the point being you have that, and without that you don't have like The Wire and Breaking Bad, and without that you don't have this and Mad Men, and you don't have this onslaught of everyone doing the anti-hero. And of course, like in Infinity War, he is the villain, but he is sympathetic, and just that's what's been going on for a while.
Josh Brolin.
Oh my God.
Also, the scene where they almost have him and Quill decides to be an emotional jackass.
I remember after that movie, everyone was like, screw you, Chris Pratt.
Apparently, they tried to get him fired from Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I don't know what he tweeted, but man, it pissed people off.
Oh, there's some things that he
could call it a pratfall.
You're so funny.
Man. Was better than your right boy.
Yeah, okay.
It's not even as clever. You just changed one word. Then why did you say it?
Because I wanted to. Not everything that comes out of my mouth has to be clever.
That's because none of it that comes out of your mouth is clever.
Anyway, and Infinity War also did a wonderful job of setting up an expectation for the next movie, for Endgame, in a way that almost made it impossible for Endgame to live up to.
That makes a lot of sense. Like,
and we watched the next two movies after Infinity War only for how it connects. Because Ant-Man and the Wasp, I waited that whole movie just to get to the mid-credit scene where they disappear. That's the only reason I care.
And then Captain Marvel, when you're like, okay,
this is fine.
How does he get the pager? Yeah. That being said, I do like Captain Marvel more than I like Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, I do too.
That's not really a hot take.
That actually reminded me, when you said Captain Marvel, I made me think of Sam Jackson. You know what the best part of Infinity War was to me?
Oh,
when Sam Jackson was getting dusty as a mother.
That was I continuing with at least into phase 4 with at least up to right now. The way they have handled the post blip. I'm going to call it the snap because it's better.
It's the snapping.
No. The way they have handled the post snap.
The blippening.
The blap.
The blap.
The blip blap.
The blippity blap. If you think that's dumb, you should hear them say it seriously in the MCU. The blip. Just if we lost so many people during the blip.
The way that they have handled the aftermath and the trauma
of the blip.
The blip
is beautiful.
It is.
Specifically in WandaVision is the one that stands out the most to me currently.
Oh, the hospital scene?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was good.
That's probably the best scene in that show.
But you want to know, and it really quick, I know neither of you guys really liked the movie that much, and I thought it was okay. In Black Widow, the scene where Florence Pugh went into the bathroom and then came back out, I thought that was fantastic, the way that it showed the blip.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't remember.
Wait a minute.
Really?
That's in Hawkeye.
Hey!
Isn't it?
Don't do that!
No.
It's not?
No. It's in Black Widow.
It is?
Yes.
I don't remember it at all.
That. Spoiled something for Jake.
Then why did
just spoil something for Jake? Not me.
No, you did it.
You brought it up.
Just didn't know what it was in.
No. It was in Black Widow. I know for a fact.
We're watching the movie right now. We're watching it right now.
Black Widow and not Hawkeye.
Why would you even bring it up?
Because you
brought it up.
You're talking about
brought it up. It's not even in that movie.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
No, you know what the after credit scene in that movie is?
It's not in the after credit scene.
It's not in the regular movie either.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. The movie ends after everything falls out of the sky in Black Widow, and then it wraps up there, and then you go to the mid credits.
Yeah, that end. Oh,
you brought it up.
You just did it.
You did it. I can't believe it. I was an accessory to you. I feel like a puppet.
To be fair, you could have just played along with me and Jake. Wonderful.
Playing along. It's the most unsubtle thing.
What are you showing him?
Evidence.
Oh my God.
See, I could
You
have
have ruined the terrible show for me.
To be fair, that's a good thing about this show that you can look forward to.
I like how the best part about Black Widow wasn't even in the movie. It's not even an after credit for the movie. It's not part of the movie at all.
Oh, for anyone watching this who hasn't seen any of this, spoilers, by the way.
Wow. Well,
now we can see.
And you're trying to go, oh, no, it was in the movie. Like, no, you can't do that. You can't just straight up lie like that. Because then everyone would watch it. That's not in the movie. And Jake's going to finish the show and be like, that wasn't in the movie, you idiot.
To be fair, even if it was in the movie, I probably would have done that.
That's true.
What a dumb movie.
Yeah, what a pointless movie. Now,
If we'd have gotten it 5 years ago.
Yeah. I would have.
Or in between Infinity War and
if they
Endgame,
put it between
even then I would have been okay.
That would have been brilliant. Actually, I feel like that quick flashback would have given more emphasis to what happened.
I feel like there were so many creative things they could have done at using it as a flashback movie, and instead they made it a straightforward, boring, pointless, unnecessary entry.
You know what they could have done?
Well, it's not pointless and unnecessary. We know there's going to be consequences of what happened in that movie, but there are. There absolutely
kind of
are.
Pointless,
but other than those couple of things,
you know what? They probably should have started the movie with her falling off of the cliff.
You can do stuff
and then
with
flash back like that.
You can do stuff with the Soul Stone.
Weight of emotion.
Even have.
That's the point, though. There was no emotion to it. I mean,
yeah.
Maybe even scenes inside the stone were like, something creative. Maybe she's going
maybe she's still alive somewhere,
or going into the stone. She's gonna die, and like their life flashing before us. Something like that. At least that's better than what we got.
They even sold it to be something different than what we actually got.
Yeah.
But anyway, this isn't about Black Widow.
She can't attack me because I have bad BO.
Well, this is about Infinity War.
It's like they can't punch a fat guy because he smells.
I mean, you know what that smells like. You know what that feels like, don't you, Jared?
I know what that smells like. Yeah, it sounds like someone spoiled Hawkeye. Like, wait a minute. That's not in that movie. That mean that's way too good of a scene to be in that dopey movie.
So stupid now.
Wait, does that mean that I don't have to watch Hawkeye anymore?
No, you still should. Unfortunately.
I promise.
I don't want to.
Jake,
there's nothing good in there.
There's 4 more good moments.
There's 4 more.
What episode?
He doesn't say a few or a couple. There's 4. I counted them.
The last scene I watched, they were in a in like a winery.
Do you remember what episode that is by any chance?
1.
2?
1 was it?
Does he take her into the alley at the end? Is he like, "Who are you?"
There's a really good moment. Like
that's at the end of the first episode.
I never even made it past the first episode.
I feel like there's one good moment in each episode.
Oh, good.
You wonder if I
watch 6 hours of content for like 30 seconds of good moments.
You want to just tell me what they are so I don't have to watch the dumb thing?
Okay. Anyway, we're not talking about this. Do you have anything else to finish up before Infinity War?
Oh yeah, we were talking about Infinity War.
Yeah. Infinity War is the best Marvel movie.
Period.
In phase 3.
So, Jared, what is your pick out of all the phase of Paz Thra?
Oh. Paz what?
It's Paz Thra.
Thra?
It's Krav Maga.
It's 3, but with a little pizzazz.
Is it too late to get Hammy to guess?
Jared, what is your pick?
I like Doctor Strange. You even told me we watched it together last time. You're like, wow, I like this a lot better this time.
He's a big dumb baby.
He is a big baby.
He's a big dumb baby. That's why you like it. You relate to him.
Yeah. It was when I first watched it, I was sick. Home from work. And I was like, there's a couple of these Marvel movies I haven't seen. Here's one I'll watch this. I heard it was fine.
Oh, sorry, really quick. So you did the first time you saw it was not in a theater?
No.
Interesting. Okay.
Was that before you started working for the theater?
Yeah, that was before I even cared about the MCU. That's why.
Oh, gotcha.
And I was at school when it came out. It was in like November. I didn't have money. I didn't have a job or a car.
No, that's fair.
So I couldn't go see it.
That's fair.
But it was on Netflix. I think so. I just sat down and watched it.
Yeah, it was one.
Back when
And I was like, I like this. I like this a lot. It's shorter than most Marvel movies. It's less than 2 hours. You got Scott Derrickson's horror hands all over it. I don't have much knowledge in his, but from what I've heard, he's a horror director. The Black Phone is his movie this year coming out.
Have you seen Sinister?
I've not.
Oh,
you see what I mean, though? Like,
yeah, but yeah.
And as I'm watching this, I remember not only are the visuals great, and I wish I could have seen them on the big screen. They created another Tony Stark-like character. That's the criticism. But I actually felt for him. Jake and I have also discussed this because we have different perspectives on the matter. But from my perspective, here is someone who is not a good person, who is full of himself because he is really good at what he does. So when it is taken away from him and he acts like a big dumb baby, it makes sense he would risk everything to get it back. Because when he is so good at fixing people and he can't fix himself, he sees this as a disadvantage. And he throws everything away looking for it. And that's what brings him to what do you call the Wizard Order thing? I don't even remember. What is it called?
What do they call them?
Sorcerer Supreme.
No, that's a person.
That's a title.
Yeah. Oh, just in general?
Yeah.
The League of Sorcerers.
The League of Sorcerers.
I don't know, but I feel like
the World of Warcraft. The League of Legends.
Yes, definitely.
That's also a game.
I don't know. When in doubt, just go to Tilda Swinton. She'll usually fix you. I feel like she just has a lot of it.
Yeah, I really like Tilda Swinton, and I really like Tilda Swinton in this too. There's some great scenes. That scene where their other out-of-body experience thing where they're just on the balcony when she's dying.
You mean that thing that they do in every movie that the sorcerers are in since then?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like the thing where she's dying and she's like talking to him that last time, they're out on the balcony just it's looking out. And it's a nice quiet scene. I remember thinking like, that's really effective. And it's got its Marvel tropes. It's got dumb stuff. Rachel McAdams, I don't mind Rachel McAdams, but she is a character that I feel like needed to be more important, and they didn't really use her that well. She's going to be in the new one. We've not watched it at this point, but that's one of those characters like this is supposed to be like the person he loves, and she's barely in it when she is. She's just there to tell him, hey, stop being big dumb baby. I love you, but you're a big dumb baby.
Yeah.
And that's it. But again, it also has Wong, who is
Wong
the best character in the MCU.
So good in this. And don't forget,
Mods is so good.
That's what I was going to say, Mods.
As Caecilius. I mean, the opening scene, they decapitate a guy in the library.
I know.
And I think he gets a bad rap, like at least he's forgotten as that villain because no one ever remembers that villain. But that's one of my favorite MCU villains. Yes, they keep killing them and all in their first movie that they show up, but that's when I was like, I understand his viewpoint, where he's coming from, and what he's doing, and I don't hate him but at the same time, I was like, I get it. It makes sense. He's not going to change, and
that's part of when you get an actor like Mads Mikkelsen. He has that extravagance. Like when he's walking into a scene, you're like, oh dang, here he comes. Like you don't want to mess with him.
Even in a movie like Secrets of Dumbledore,
I haven't seen that,
which isn't good.
Yeah,
he's fine.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of the better parts. I was like, yeah, he's just got a presence.
He does. I know you don't like it, but he's phenomenal in Rogue One.
Oh, he's decent. In that less than decent movie. Yeah, Jake,
anyway.
You have a different perspective than me on this movie.
You want me to go into it?
You can go as much into it as you want.
I mean, we dogged on him over his bad opinions. You can dog on me for my different opinion.
I'm not going to dog on you. I just think I will.
We got to explain to them, though.
To be clear, I don't think it's bad now.
Yes, but
first time. I hated the first half of this movie the first time I saw it. So, spoilers. If you haven't guessed about me, I have cerebral palsy. Disability. Affects things I can do. I did not act like a big dumb baby my entire life because I couldn't do something that I wanted to do. Secondarily, when I was about 18, I was in a car accident that took my arm away from me. Yes, I know it's still here. I am not speaking literally. My hand is very much what Doctor Strange's hand was.
That hand has hit me multiple times, and it hurt. It did.
It is a good backhand.
It is.
So when I do like, bah, can't feel it.
It's got good reset action.
It does. It does. Very stiff. Anyway, I did not act like a big dumb baby because I couldn't play guitar anymore. I figured out how to frickin' do it. Maybe it's just because it was too close to home. I just feel like anyone in that particular space, maybe I'm just not empathetic enough. Acting like that is just unhelpful to the situation.
It absolutely is.
And it drove me nuts. Nuts. It's nuts, man. Like, man, I just could, again, I don't dislike the movie now. But that first time, I just had a very visceral reaction to it.
Yeah, and it's a different perspective than us two, of course.
Very valid, yeah.
I just remember when I watched it thinking, like, I understand him in that way because I can't fully understand that perspective.
Especially when he did it because of something really stupid that he did. Like that.
Oh, yeah, it was his fault.
Egocentric is kind of what it stems down to, which again...
Careless, because I think he gets in the accident because he's driving careless, right?
Yeah.
So it is his
Well, he gets
fault.
in the accident driving careless, but also looking at a case.
He was texting or...
He was looking at a case.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was going through the case files.
Oh, yeah. Which actually, interesting part, did you guys pick out when he was on the phone with them? They mentioned a specific guy that got hurt, and it was Rhodey. Because they said, like, he fell from this guy in, like, a suit type thing.
Oh,
and
that's a good detail.
Yeah, it was a callback to when he fell out of the sky in Civil War.
Actually notice that at all.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Notice that none of us picked Civil War from Phase 3.
Oh! Because it's not that great.
It's like watching a 2.5 hour movie for one scene.
What would we say? It's really good. Once. Then when we rewatched it together in our little Marvel marathon, I was like, man, this is really boring and really long. Like, I get why it was a big deal because it's basically Avengers 2.5 and it was more enjoyable than Age of Ultron. But at the same time, it was like...
I don't know. I wonder if we would go back and watch Age of Ultron now, if we'd find Age of Ultron more enjoyable.
I'd be curious how Age of Ultron
I don't know. That
ages.
rewatch when we watched it, because that was our second or third time.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm just not invested. The beginning and end, the middle section when they go to Clint's farm...
That was
the best part of the movie. But now that's watered down because we've gone back there since then, and it's just, it's not as special. At the time, I was like, that's interesting.
Wait. Are we talking about Age of Ultron or Civil War?
Age of Ultron. I'm saying, like, the middle of the movie is, like, the only part that I was actually enjoying.
When they went to Barton's farm was in Civil War.
No, that's Age of Ultron. They have to hide out there after Ultron gets loose. No, Civil War, he risks all that to go help Wanda bury Vision 34's down, if you remember that. That's how she escapes the Avengers compound. Yeah. They go,
but I thought that Barton's farm was where Rhodey got shot down at.
No, that's the airport. Huh. That's the fallout of the airport. Yeah, because remember, they're flying away and Rhodey goes after him and Vision tries to shoot down the jet.
That was Barton's farm.
Nope, that's the airport.
Oh wow.
No, there's no action at Barton's farm, I don't think, in Age of Ultron.
That's crazy. No.
Huh. Anyway.
At least this time it's not Dickey spoiling something for me.
That's true.
There you go. Well, Jerry, do you have anything you want to say before?
Yeah, I just remember watching it a second time. It solidified that opinion because most of these are not rewatchable. And people would beg to disagree with me, but a lot of these are like a one and done. Like, that was fun. And then you watch it again and you go, it's not as fun as I remember because it's all about moments.
It's all about,
There are, of course, a chunk of them that are rewatchable. Like, as you said, No Way Home on a second watch was just as good, if not better.
For me, Ragnarok is.
Yeah, there's another one. I feel Doctor Strange is pretty rewatchable.
I think Infinity War is as well.
Mm-hmm.
Endgame kind of loses its oomph when you're
And
at home by yourself going,
that's-
yeah, all by yourself
I've
at the
noticed
cheer
that
moments, and you
about
look around, you're
Endgame.
like, oh.
I mean,
There's still good parts, but it's as people
if
said,
you
it's
have
not.
8 hours to sit down and watch it back to back with Infinity War,
That would be a
it
pretty
might
cool
work
watch.
better.
That's
but Iron Man is a rewatchable one.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I feel like the first Guardians is very rewatchable.
And what did we say on
I
the
wouldn't
second
lean
watch?
so far on that
We
one,
gravitated towards the second Guardians
That's
on the
just-
rewatch.
That's
Yeah.
so interesting.
I didn't even expect it because I watched the second Guardians around the same time I watched Doctor Strange, and I didn't think much of it. And then on a rewatch, I was like, I think I'm starting to like it better. I don't know why. I think it just works better. But again, it's been a while too. That was like 4 years ago, isn't it? 3 or 4 years ago.
Could
So.
always use a rewatch. But anyway,
Oh,
Jared, tell the good people where they can find us online.
if you want to,
I swear to God.
if you want to follow us, you can go to Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. If you want a daily dose of the funnies, you can go to TikTok. And
I hear that's pretty funny.
yeah, it is funny.
Yeah.
And then to listen to us, you go to Spotify and Stitcher and Google Podcasts, Evil Lord, Apple Podcasts, and what was the other one I forgot in the moment?
Spotify, Stitcher.
Oh, YouTube. Right here on
Yeah,
YouTube
yeah,
if you're
okay,
watching.
YouTube.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe and tell us how funny our TikTok
So
is.
you can look at our pretty faces as we make fun of each other.
No, if they want to see our pretty faces, they'll go to probably Spotify.
Or, you know where else you can see our pretty faces? We actually have launched a website.
Oh, please
And-
tell me more.
Yes, you can. It's super simple. It's at offslatemedia.com. And if you want an easy way to catch up with your series, we have it separated by page.
You can
So
give
you
us
can-
money so we can get facelifts or better, a new face.
So yes, if anybody wants to check out our website, then by all means, go ahead. But from all of us here at Off Slate Media, thank you so much for listening to today's episode of Our Favorites. Beautiful. We will be back for you with plenty more content, so stay tuned, and we will see you later.
Bye.